Hello and welcome to another episode where we explore the world of Magic the Gathering. Today, we'll talk about the new card type called Battle. It was first hinted in the Phyrexia All Will Be One from the card Atraxa Grand Unifier. The card listed the battle, but there was no battle cards at all. So, what are battle cards? So, let's read a sample of one of the cards and let's read what it does when it enters the battlefield, right? So, as a sage enters, choose an opponent to protect it. You and others can attack it. When it's defeated, exile it, then cast it transform. So battle cards in Magic the Gathering are like any other permanent in the game. You pay the casting cost and allow players to have some kind of response to them. Besides the casting cost and special abilities, they also have a stat at the bottom right hand corner. I would assume are like defense counters, more similar to loyalty counters, I believe. So this is how much damage these battle cards take before they are transformed. Upon casting this, you place it on the opponent's side of the field, making it the protector of the battle. They don't control it, but it is one of their best interests to defend it. Right? So only the protector, which is the opponent, can block for these cards, but other spells and abilities affect these too. All players other than the opponent can attack it. Once you defeat a battle card, the abilities on the face card triggers. Once it resolves, you exile it, transform, and you put it into play without paying the mana cost. Several battle cards have been revealed as part of the March of the Machines expansion of Magic the Gathering. Let's take a look with some of them. First, we got Invasion of Dominaria, which is pretty cool. It's a white mana. You can see the loyalty, which is 5. It says there that when Invasion of Dominaria enters the battlefield, you gain 4 life and draw a card. Pretty cool. So the loyalty is 5. If you defeat it, it transforms into Serra, Faithkeeper, which it becomes a flying vigilance 4/4. Pretty cool. It's uncommon. And next one, we got Invasion of Tarkir. It says that it's for 2 mana only, and it's a mythic with 5 defense counters. So when Invasion of Tarkir enters the battlefield, reveal any number of dragon cards from your hand. When you do, Invasion of Tarkir deals X plus 2 damage to any other target, where X is the number of cards revealed this way. Wow! And then when you defeat it, it transforms into Defiant Thundermaw, which is a 4/4 flying trample. Whenever a dragon you control attacks, it deals 2 damage to any target. Wow, this is actually good for Dragon Tribal. This is pretty awesome. And we got Invasion of Fiora. So it says when Invasion of Fiora enters the battlefield, choose one or both. Destroy all legendary creatures or destroy all non-legendary creatures. It is a 6 mana battle card with 4 loyalty or 4 defense counters on it. So if you defeat it, you get Marchesa, Resolute Monarch. So it is a 3/6 with Menace and Death Touch. Whenever Marchesa, Resolute Monarch attacks, remove all counters from up to 1 target permanent. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you haven't been dealt damage since your last turn, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. I feel like this is a balanced version of Marchesa. It's pretty interesting. And then we got Invasion of New Phyrexia, which is 2 mana and X with 6 defense counters on it. And it goes, when Invasion of New Phyrexia enters the battlefield, create X/2/2 white and blue knight creature tokens with vigilance. Isn't this kind of like OP? Because you can just pay 1 white, 1 blue, and then like 5 mana, so that's 7, and you create 5/2/2 blue knights, white blue knights with vigilance. That is freaking awesome. But if you do defeat it, you get Teferi Akosa of Zafir. So we get to see Teferi's full name in the card, and its loyalty counter is at 4, and its +1 goes. Draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards unless you discard a creature card. -2, you get an emblem with knights you control, get +1/+0, and have ward 1. Wow! I can see this in white knight decks. That's be interesting though. And then you got -3, tap X creatures you control. When you do, shuffle target non-land permanent and opponent controls of mana X value or X or less into an opponent's library. And then we got Invasion of Ikoria. So it's a 2 mana with X. So we got Invasion of Ikoria. So we got 2 green mana with an X in its casting cost with 6 defense counters on it. And it goes, when Invasion of Ikoria enters the battlefield, search your library and or graveyard for a non-human creature card with mana value X or less and put into the battlefield. If you search your library this way, shuffle. Wow, it's like a Green Sun Zenith right here. And if you do defeat it, you get Zalortha, Apex of Ikoria, 8/8 dinosaur reach creature. For each non-human creature you control, you may have that creature assign its combat damage as though it weren't blocked. Ooh, this is so interesting. Next up, we got Invasion of Ravnica. So it says it's 5 colorless with 4 defense counters on it. It goes, when Invasion of Ravnica enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent and point controls that isn't exactly 2 colors. Typical Ravnica card. And then if you defeat it, you get Guildpact Paragon. So whenever you cast a spell that is exactly 2 colors, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal a card exactly 2 colors from them and put it to your hand. Put the rest at the bottom of your library in random order. And then we got Invasion of Talvada, which is 5 mana, 3 colorless, 1 white, 1 black with 5 defense counters on it. It says, when Invasion of Talvada enters the battlefield, return target non-land permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Oh, it's like a reanimator. So if you defeat it, it flips and becomes the Broken Sky. So creature tokens you control get +1/+0 and have lifelink. So at the beginning of your end step, create a 1/1 white and black spirit creature token with flying. Wow, I like the passive ability. This is actually really good. Well, that's it for today's episode. I hope everyone enjoyed the exciting new card type. What you guys thought? If you enjoyed the video, click the subscribe button, give a thumbs up, and comment down below. See you next time.